Hello guys, and welcome to the Android Developer Africa community. In this video, we're going to see how an Android application is structured, what are the folders, what are the files, and what are these used for. So as you can see, the first folder is a manifest folder which contains the Android manifest file, which is an XML file which defines the metadata of your Android application. That is the structure of your Android application, the permissions, and all the components which should be used in your Android application are defined in the manifest file. So this is a very important file for your Android application. The next one is the Java folder. The Java folder contains the application package, and this application package is where we define the activity files. The activities files these are the files which we use to get in contact with the UI. That is, these are files through which we get information from the UI. We process it and send it back to the UIs. So these are the files where we have the logic of our application. The next one is the resource folder. The resource folder contains all the resources of our application, and these resources are put into subcategories as you can see here. The first one is the Drawable Folder. The Drawable Folder is a folder where we put all images of our application, whether these are drawable files, whether these are PNG files, whether these are drawable vectors. All these files are in the Drawable Folder. Now these folders are organized based on the scales of these images. As you can see here, this is a drawable file, and this is the same drawable file but for Android version 24 and above. So the next one is the layout file. The layout file is actually where we define the UI of our Android application. We can have several layout files for different screens of our application, and these layout files, this is what we use to define the user interface of our Android application. All the components, all the various sections of our UI are defined in this layout file. The next one is the MIP map. The MIP map is where we define the Android launcher icons. This folder contains the Android launcher icons, and these icons comes in two varieties. The IC launcher icon, this is a standard one, and we have the rounded launcher icons. Both of these icons will be used based on the user's device. The next one is the values folder, which contains values files like the colors.xml file. This also contains the string files and the style files. The colors file is where we define all the colors which we are going to use in our Android application, because it's a very bad practice to put these colors directly in our layout file. So we put these colors directly in the colors.xml file and reference it in our layout file. The string file is used to define all the text we are going to use in our Android application. This makes it easy for us to support translation in our Android application. As you can see, the string files are defined. Here is the key of this string, and here is the value of this string. So this is how we define strings in Android application. And the next one is the style files. Android styles can be application-wide styles, or activity styles, or just the style of a simple component of our application. So whether it's a style files, whether it's a color files, or whether these are string files, all these files should be put in the values folder. The next one are the Gradle files. The Gradle files are used to build our application, either build it in the APK or in the app bundle, depending on our requirements. So this Gradle script, we have the build.gradle, which is the project build.gradle, which is the Gradle file used by the whole project, but we will not change that much in this file. The Gradle file which we are interested in is the app build.gradle file. This is a file which contains dependencies of our application. As you can see right here, Here are the dependencies. If your application is going to use a third-party library, this dependency will be put here, and in this dependency file we also define the compiled version of our application. We also define the minimum SDK version we're going to use in this application. We can also define the application ID. As you see, the application ID is actually the reverse domain, which is the same as our package name you can see right here. We also have the version code. When you define your application, you release your application in various versions. As you can see, in some applications you see version 2.1, version 2.3. This is where we define these versions. So this is it. These are other Gradle files which you are going to discover as we dive in our tutorials. So these folders you see here are the main folders and files we use in an Android application. There are other folders, but these are optional folders and optional files. But this one we've just covered are the main files and folders necessary to develop an Android application. So that is it. Tell me if you have any questions in the comment section below, and I will be pleased to answer to your questions, to your suggestions, or any comments you're going to leave in the comment section below. So thank you, and see you in the next video. Peace.